Okay, we are here with the Daniel Malone. Daniel, say hello and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hey everybody, I'm Daniel Malone. I like long walks on the beach and no, I'm kidding. No, I've been in the industry for about 13 years and I love my industry, my industry family. I love serving people and excited that we get the opportunity to chat with you today.
Awesome. So we all know nobody just grows up saying, hey, I'm going to go into property management. So how did you kind of fall into this industry? How did you get here?
Yeah, it's not really a class you take in school, is it? Quite honestly, I was looking for an apartment home. It was myself and my son at the time, and I was in the hospitality industry, which is a great place to find leasing professionals and customer service representatives.
Absolutely.
Shameless plug. And I was working a lot of nights, and it was tough for my personal schedule because I had my son at home. And while I was looking for an apartment, I honestly made a great connection with the assistant manager of this property. And she said, you know what, we have a temporary part-time opening. And I just wish I had like sucker written across my forehead. But I got in and it was amazing. I loved connecting with people. And what I was doing on a very short-term basis in the hospitality industry, I realized I got to do in a long-term basis and on a much greater scale by giving customer service and taking care of people's needs, getting to know them and being able to just serve them on a deeper level than just, hey, here's your food, here's your drinks, y'all have a good night, 2 hours. It was 12 months, 24 months, 5 years. One of my longest residents lived at the property for, I think she was in her 14th lease.
Oh, wow.
It was a little bit of an older community, but she was in her 14th lease. And it's an amazing opportunity where you can take some of the skills that you might already have and then put them to a good use on a bigger scale. Okay.
Awesome. Oh, that was amazing. So what advice would you give someone new or looking to get into this industry?
So I happen to teach one of the leasing classes for the Apartment Association. And I know we have a virtual leasing 101 coming up pretty soon. Another shameless plug. And one of the things I always say in my leasing class is you can only know too much in the mafia. And by that, I mean, knowledge is how we grow. It's how we make ourselves better. It's how we serve our residents better. It's how we serve our clients better. Knowledge is the key to our growth and development. So you can only know too much in the mafia because they'll kill you. Otherwise, knowledge is your friend. So ask questions. There's no such thing as a stupid question. I know that saying gets used a lot, but there's another one that kind of goes along with it. And the smartest people ask the most questions. That's how they obtain the information they have, and that's how they become as smart as they are.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sitting down talking to us today. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. So, introduce yourself to the people.
Well, hello, everyone. My name is Dimitra Butler. I'm the assistant property manager here at Hawthorne at the Carlisle, right here in Willis, South Carolina.
Awesome. I know you can't see it, but this is the most beautiful leasing office. So, tell us, how did you get into the multifamily industry?
Well, it was something I really just kind of walked into. And I must say, it was the grace of God, how I got it. Because I came with the background of hospitality. And I remember one day I was living at one of the apartment complexes. And I told the manager that, hey, I'm thinking about moving closer to home. I'm thinking about moving back to Charlotte. They was like, Charlotte? I was like, yeah, I want to go back home. And they was like, no, you cannot. I was like, what do you mean? He was like, well, I was going to ask you if it's going to work for me. Well, that manager at the time was my Mary Kay customer. So I used to sell a lot of Mary Kay, still do it. But we just grew up a fun relationship with each other, very nice and healthy. And I was like, no, you're kidding me, because I was working at hotels and everything. And she's like, no, I'm serious. I would like for you to work for me. I was like, okay. At that time, I was just offered a manager's position at one of the hotels I was working at. And on the same day, she offered me the job. I was like, nah, that's crazy. Nah, you're really joking. And it wasn't a joke. So it literally landed in my lap. Like it was crazy. Oh, it was, so I wasn't looking for it at all, but it found me. It found me. And the place where I was actually, where I began that, I never thought about that place. Okay. I lost everything and I ended up at the actual location. So yeah, it was the favor of God.
Always. So how long have you been in the industry?
I've been in this industry going on 9 years. Actually, next week it's going to be 9 years.
Okay. What day next week?
It's going to be the first week, like the 7th of September.
Okay, 7th of September.
Oh, can't believe it's almost 9 years.
That's crazy.
That's a long time. Yes.
So what would be the best advice that you would give someone new or looking to get into this industry?
First off, I would say allow your why to be bigger than your what.
Okay.
Because you have to know why and know what your purpose is. A lot of people just find a job for the sake of money. But you always want to make sure if you take on this kind of position, you have a passion for it. Don't just do it for the money, because the money can run out, period. But you have to have the heart for the people. And once you find that passion and know why you're here, hook up with a mentor. Get somebody that don't mind pouring into you. Give you everything that they know and be selfless about it. And once when you gain that information, go with it. Get in the courses that's actually provided. Like Hawthorne, we always have courses to equip us. So equip yourself and be the best that you can be. Be the best version of you, because you can't mimic somebody else, but be the best version of you. So you get all the knowledge and the understanding of the industry and go forth. Be consistent, be on time, have a positive attitude, because at the end of the day, different things happen. This is a fast-paced industry, and you have to make sure that you're mentally prepared, mentally. So I would say, hey, again, know why you're here. And once you know why you're here, you can go from there. You can soar. Be positive about it and soar.
I love that.
Yes.
Thank you so much for sitting down with us today.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
All right. We are here to get more pro tips for the apartment industry. We are with Kayla Willis. Kayla, please introduce yourself.
Hey guys, I'm Kayla. I'm a leasing consultant here at Legacy Haywood, a Greystar community.
All right, awesome. So tell us how long you've been in the industry.
So it's been about 3 years. It sounds crazy to say that, but yes, it's been about 3 years.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Exactly.
All right, so how did you get into the industry? We know most people don't just grow up saying, hey, I'm going to be in property management. How did you get here?
You're so right. I actually grew up saying I want to be a teacher. I was in college in Clemson, and I was looking for a part-time job in the apartment community that I was working at, or that I was living at, had a job offered for a part-time leasing person in the student housing area. So I applied and I got the job. And so while I was in college, I was doing that part-time, and I just absolutely fell in love with it. And I changed my degree. I'm like, okay, I'm doing property management because I just absolutely loved it. And I knew that there was so much room to grow. And so then I just kept learning and working hard. And I did student housing for about 1.5 years, and then it was time for me to graduate and move to Greenville. And I knew that I wanted to work for Greystar just after looking into, all the different companies and what was best for me. And so I applied, and I finally got a job with Greystar. I started about 1 year ago. So yeah, that's how that happened.
Yeah, that's definitely a big transition, because we know student housing.
Yes, student housing
totally
is
different beast.
Yes, it was a very different beast. It's a huge transition, and both student housing and conventional, they're such hard work in totally different ways.
Absolutely.
So, yes.
So we know that you are amazing. Please give us all of your pro tips for anyone that wants to be successful or that's new to the industry.
Okay. Well, of course, I would start with leasing, which is my position. I definitely would say I feel like everyone's hesitant, but just do it and just take every opportunity you can to learn. As far as success in leasing, really just caring about each person that walks in the door and helping them find their perfect home. And the nice thing about apartments is you think they all look the same, but somebody might need, different needs, and you can just, when you show your prospects that you care and you want to give them a home, even when they become residents, you give them that community feel, and any chance you get to be kind, that's what makes people want to come to your property. You have to be the face of the property, and you have to be the one to make the difference. So that will attract people to you and your property. And so that's definitely my advice for success in leasing. But, just to be successful, period, just take every opportunity you can to learn and make relationships with everyone around you. That's probably my favorite part about the job so far, definitely all the relationships I've been able to make. So just taking in every moment and taking advantage of all the opportunities that, this industry has to offer, for sure.
Okay.
Hey everybody, this is Andrea with the Upstate Apartment Association. Today I have Paul Walter, the Regional Maintenance Manager with NHE. Thanks for coming today, Paul.
Hey, thanks so much for having me.
All right, a few questions I want to ask. What first got you into property management?
Well, I've always, as a kid, liked fixing things and, problem solving, and it's the best field for that.
Great. So what's your favorite thing you do day to day as a maintenance manager?
I think it's just dealing with different people, different problems, and fixing different things. Every day is always something different.
Awesome. So how many properties do you currently manage?
121.
So you're a big traveler, huh?
Always on the road.
Well, thank you, Paul, for your time, and I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Hi, we are back again. This time we have Brian, maintenance extraordinaire. If you can say hello and tell the people a little bit about yourself.
How we doing? I am Brian. I work with Steadfast Living. Been in the industry roughly 11 years.
Okay, awesome. So we know that in maintenance, no day is ever the same. But what do you think someone getting in this field can expect from their day to day?
A lot of change, a lot of different things throughout the day. First, we start out with your grounds, obviously, your grounds first thing in the morning, then the pool, and then it could be a variety of leaks, AC, heating, it could be a multitude of anything.
So they just have to be ready for whatever.
And it changes from minute to minute, so it's just a matter of what comes in and, how it works out.
Awesome. So we know that nobody grows up saying, hey, I'm going to go to the multifamily industry. So how did you fall into the industry?
I have a friend that was a supervisor back in my home state of New York, and I just got into it that way and loved it from then.
Yeah, 11 years later, we're still
11 years, I'm still here.
Okay. So what piece of advice would you give someone looking or new to the industry?
Be flexible. Be flexible. Be flexible. You have to be, that's the key. And you're changing day to day, moment to moment. Willing to learn. It's a fun, you get a good team, you're golden. And it's challenging, but it's also going to be very fun and rewarding.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.